DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when we sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo, Jesse, Blais coming at you live from way too late at night.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, can't stop. I'm just glad.
Who's the bad boy? Who's the bad boy on the team?
But this team of three or the Avs?
No, the Avs. It's clearly not on this team. We know that's me.
It's definitely Kadri.
Kadri?
Definitely.
What about McDermott tonight?
Yeah, I was gonna say he almost killed the guy.
Boy.
Yeah, he threw some good hands, but
threw a good hit. Threw some hands.
Caused a turnover on the same shift. Look, he should have been king of the game. Yeah, here.
What? It was great until it was like, wait, he's fighting Keaton Middleton?
Hey, Keaton Middleton
he wanted to
seeked him out, yeah. Can only fight who's on your card.
For the record, I have no complaints about Curtis McDermott tonight. I think he played a solid
So what
game.
you're saying is that you think he was the problem and why San Jose was able to get back in this game.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. I'm honestly just glad that the bar is still like alive and awake this time.
It's not empty.
I hated that.
They literally turned the music off.
They turned the music off on Tuesday. I was like, well, and then like we had folks here watching. Like I loved they were here, but then suddenly the music was off. It was silent, and it was just us up here. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Avs win 5-3 over the San Jose Sharks. Let's start at the back. Blais, do you care?
Seeked out is correct. Sought out is also correct. You can say seeked him out. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I'm not the right guy to ask. Blais,
I'm positive.
Do you care that the Avs made this closer than it needed to be?
I mean, the closeout lap, basically in the third period there? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you want them to close those out. But again, it's like they get up. You can tell just by watching this game that they're outplaying. Okay. Sorry about that. That was a lot. That they were just outplaying the Sharks, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you could tell at any moment they could just turn it back on at will. So, wasn't too concerned about it. Backups in net with Frankie.
Yeah.
This is a good win.
It's not lazy stuff from the Avs. It's just human nature. Yeah. You're up 4-0. You've literally been taking it to them for 40 minutes. It's easy to take your foot. And I'm reacting to the comment, not in
totally.
Oh yeah, I know. What you're
it's that's just the way it happens in hockey. There's a term actually called score effects, meaning once one team gets up by enough, the other team's gonna start pushing back a lot harder, sustain zone time, more pucks to the net. Yeah. It happens. Again, you'd like to see them lock it down, but they did it 3 games in a row. Can't ask them to do it every night.
Here's the thing. The Avs never trailed in this hockey game.
No.
And I saw people tweeting out it's the Colorado Avalanche or whatever. It's not the same at all. The Leafs have completely blown leads in games that they've gone on to win, in games that they've gone on to lose. The only real significant blown lead of this entire season in the third period are the Columbus games and the New Jersey game a while ago.
If you have an issue with the Avs, just go to the NHL.com app, go to the standings page, make sure you go league-wide, and then look at that, and then let's talk about the issues that the Avalanche have.
Right.
Yeah. And they're not so bad at that point.
I mean, when you talk about, do you want them to clean stuff up? Sure. You want them to clean it up. You want them to finish out teams like this. Like, they're a better team than San Jose. They should be able to close them out. But like you said, it's human nature. Like, when you go up on a team like that and you're outplaying them in every aspect of the game, you're just going to let off the gas.
Yeah. And Frankie had been good. He lets in, especially the second one, and I'd love to get another look at that third one. But
he wants at least one of those back.
At least one of them back. Maybe the second one too. You're like, I'd love to have that. In the future, but he had been playing well. That type of stuff doesn't bother me because we're sitting here saying, oh, it'd have been nice for him to close it out. Like they did. They got the empty netter, and like at the end of the day, they took care of business when they needed to. It's easy to sag back a bit. San Jose, we were all kind of laughing and joking throughout the game, but like they've got some shooters. Erik Karlsson for $11.5 million should still have a little bit in him, and he does. Like, just not that big of a deal. As long as you don't give up the lead,
$11 million for the next 25 years.
11.5 million.
Oh, excuse me. Misspoke there.
Yeah.
It's. I do want to talk about that comparison a little bit more in a little bit, but they don't ask how, they only ask how many, right? Same thing is absolutely true in the playoffs. They don't care how you win 16 games. They just care that you win 16 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and again, we've talked about it a few times. Bednar has said he is more concerned with the process right now. And I think for 40 minutes of that game, you're pretty happy with the way that the team played, with the way they controlled the puck. San Jose tried what we've seen a bunch of these, big, strong teams do. Tried to slow it down, tried to sit back. Blais, you pointed out at one point, Cale Makar is just standing inside of his own zone.
Yeah.
When he's got the puck breaking it out, no one wants to pressure him. Teams are just trying to sit back and let them bring the play to him. And once again, the Avs like, okay, we'll do that.
So you're just going to let us have the puck.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll score 4 goals. And again, San Jose, credit to them. Nice little push there in the third. They controlled the zone a lot of the time, put a lot of pucks to the net. But
it was too late.
Right. I was going to say, they just – that's exactly what you see happen with that, trap, box, whatever you want to call it. It's great if you're tied or playing with the lead. But once you're trying to get back in a game, especially a multi-goal deficit against a team like the Avs, again, it took till a few minutes into the third period for San Jose to really start pushing like that. The Avs locked it down for most of the game, let up a bit, but I think Bednar will take on the whole positives that came out of this. And you run that last part of the tape like, hey, look, and I know you know this, but come on.
You can do better.
Let's clean this shit up, right?
For sure.
Well, and I don't think you see that type of just like kind of hitting on the brakes a little bit in the third period in the playoffs, right? Like,
right.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to sit back and be like, oh, we got this. You got to stay engaged in those games. And I think that's what people want to see right now, but it's like what we always talk about, getting up for certain teams.
Right.
It's the Sharks right now, right? Like, that's a hard team to get up for because you're like, oh, we should go in there and just dominate.
Right.
So just what happens is the players just get a little lackadaisical in the third period because they've already come and done what they're supposed to do in the first 2 periods.
Yeah.
I agree. I do want to point out this game could have started a lot differently if the Sharks were actually onside for a goal. But they weren't.
They were cheating.
It ultimately didn't matter.
Well, I was going to say, because here's the other thing to keep in mind, too. You look at Calgary, you look at that Carolina game, and then LA was the other night.
Yep.
And you were just talking about people want to see them lock it down, especially in playoff games. Those last 3 games were against playoff teams that you could potentially run into on the road to a Stanley Cup. And obviously they lose the Carolina game, but that's a 0-0 game late.
Yep.
The puck breaks the wrong way against them, and there it is. Against Calgary, you get the lead, you shut it down, you take it home, shutout. Against LA, you get the lead, you shut it down, take the shutout out of the building. And so against playoff teams, they're doing it. And these, again, you're at San Jose, you're up 4-0. The trade deadline's on Monday. You're like, can we just get the fuck out of here?
I really think the mood around the team in this game is going to be, hey, we did enough to win, and that's fine. That's enough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Rudo, you and I talked about it in the pregame. They're testing things. They're tampering with lines. They're mixing things up. You got NICO STURMS, who I want to get to at some point because I thought he was real good tonight. You've got some different things. You've got some guys out. You're trying things in the lineup, and again, you look at a team like Vegas. Obviously, their injury problems have grown a little bit beyond what the Avs are dealing with now. But this is that's kind of what Bednar's been talking about. I want to see different combinations so that I'm not having to, fly by the seat of my pants in Game 3 of a playoff game, of a playoff series, trying to figure out what I've got. If you're doing what they're doing right now and you're still picking up wins while mostly being the better team.
Yep.
I don't see why you'd have any issue with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that complicated of a process, and I think the Avs are. There's a little bit of cruise control going on against these weaker teams, and it's fine because they're winning anyway for the most part. At this point, they've put that bad stretch of 3-1 behind them. They've started winning again.
Yep.
You're chilling. You're genuinely, completely chilling.
And you got your win with your backup goalie as well.
Yeah, and again, for the third game in a row, your special teams were elite.
Yep.
You go 1-for-1 on the power play with your one opportunity, and you kill 5 penalties.
Yeah, PK was good.
Yep. Did you guys see Strom out there on the
yes,
the PK?
I mean, you knew he was going to have to, replacing Jost in the lineup.
Yeah, how do you feel about it? What did you think about his game?
Sturm?
Yeah.
I liked it, man. I mean, there was several times you and I kind of pointed out, wow, great board battle there, good forecheck. High motor, seems like. He was in on a lot of pucks. It was his play on the wall and just kind of his attack mentality in the O-zone on the forecheck that really kind of stood out to me. I liked him.
Yeah.
For what you were looking for out of him,
Yep.
looking at it through the lens of that was Tyson Jost. Is this an upgrade on Tyson Jost? Obviously, still a little bit of
Books
wait and
out
see.
still, yeah.
Yeah, but early returns, I think you got to be pretty happy with what you saw.
Yeah.
What about you? Either of you?
Look, my expectations for Sturm aren't sky high. I don't think you have to do a ton.
Yeah.
And he did more than enough tonight to be a guy that's like, yeah, you keep playing him in your lineup. Obviously, he's always going to have a little bit of value as a center.
Yeah.
And, maybe 15 games from now, we're looking at him and it's like, well, he still really hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
But
even on the PK, though, right? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
he's a big body as well.
Right.
Like, it's a little bit different of a look for the PK when you have that big, lanky guy out there that can stretch out and keep pucks, to the board.
It's just a little bit of a different look, I think.
Yeah.
It's not. Do the Avs need it? No. Does it help? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there was one play in particular behind the net that I think it was Confer was tied up in a puck battle behind the Sharks' net, and Sturm jumped in behind and kind of got into that battle and ended up digging the puck out. And it just stuck out to me because that was something that, again, we talked so much about, what a pit bull Tyson Jost is and not afraid he'll go into the corners. But at the end of the day, yeah, he went in there and yeah, he wore some of the abuse. And this obviously wasn't always, but it just seemed like there were times he struggled to win those pucks. And again, small sample size here. I know I get it.
Yeah.
But he went in there, dug that puck out, and kept the cycle alive. And that, you can't convince me that didn't have something to do with the size.
I think you summed it up perfectly. Tyson Jost is wearing the abuse in the corners. Nico Sturm should be giving the abuse in the corners.
Right. You don't have to be impressed with the fact that he goes in there. It's like, no, you should go in there.
Yeah.
You should have a good chance of digging that puck.
And you saw it tonight, like you were talking about, is behind the net there.
Yeah.
He went in there, 2 guys on him.
Yeah.
And still got the puck. He got it out front. Now there was no one there.
Right.
But at least you see him winning those battles. And that's what you want to see, right? From a guy where you trade away one of your beloved Avs players.
Yeah.
You want to make sure what you're getting back makes sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
And to your point, yeah, there was no one home, but he made the right play.
Right.
Yeah. I guess maybe you could say, it'd be nice for him, throw that back and keep possession, but he dug the puck out and put it in a dangerous area.
Well,
he
and
had guys going for a change. So again, I like that play, even though there's no one home. I don't have an issue with it.
Like Rudo said, though, right? You just want that guy to be,
passable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not asking for a ton, for sure.
Well, you just don't. You want a guy like that, and again, you hate to put too much stock in this type of stuff because I do think people overblow it. But if you are gonna go on a cup run, You just can't have that fourth line disappear.
Yeah.
And you need him to be having some level of impact on the play nightly. And I thought he gave them that tonight, where he had a positive impact on the game, even though he didn't show up on the score sheet. I liked him on the PK, and I mean, kind of not to repeat ourselves too much here, but I kind of like Manson, a little bit as advertised for me tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. So far, so good.
Yeah, you're talking about a bottom six player, right? So like,
right.
Your expectations are kind of limited on what you're looking for.
Right. Yeah,
it's a good pickup, I think.
Good, especially when you consider the fact that they got cheaper. It's leaving them open to make another move, whatever that ends up being. You got cheaper, and there's a good argument to be made that you upgraded.
Yeah.
You upgraded in a 1-for-1 trade and saved money.
Yeah.
Because you were, I actually, we were talking about this during the game. I can't believe they got someone to buy on Tyson Jost's upside. Like, that's what's wild to me.
Well,
it could still be in there. Who knows? Like, we'll take it.
All right, let's drink these before they get any warmer.
Yeah.
Dr. Dubs in the house.
Cheers.
Yeah, you
Cheers.
guys drink those before they get any warmer.
All right. This pod is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You can go over there right now. With a new account, sign up with code DNVR. Bet $5 on any March Madness game. Pick the correct winner, and you get $200 in free bets. So jump on that. Go get yourself $200.
Ooh, Jesse's Girl, look out.
my
Great
God.
song.
Does Jesse's Girl actually exist, though?
That's the question. That's the question. Always did bother
Are you
me.
that guy?
What?
Like, because it's your name, do you think it's about you?
Well, so what I was just about to say is it always bothered me because the song title is spelled with an I-E.
I guess that's how you get got.
That is how you get got.
Don't spell your name wrong, DraftKings. Get over there. Get your $200 in free bets. Bet it all on, I think, did all of the bets we put out tonight hit?
What do we have?
The over hit.
Yep.
The Makar points hit.
Yep. And
Val
then-
had a goal. Val had two goals. I don't think he had an assist.
I had him for an assist. I was
That
on
means
to
it's Jesse's turn to do all the betting from now on.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say I was plugging.
You won.
Huh?
You won.
Yeah.
You get the Moam necklace.
Yeah, the Moam chain.
The Moam chain. And you get to do bets every day now. Congratulations.
Perfect. I can't wait.
So, there you go. Just wait for our bets. Make some money on that. We've been hitting 2 out of 3 at least.
Yeah.
Pretty much every game.
I was hoping on that
Yeah.
empty
Fun.
netter. Yeah, seriously. I was hoping on that empty netter Val was gonna be able to pick up a
Yeah,
helper.
get the assist
I
on
got
it.
the goal. I was like, I'll allow it, but
Still, good night. You got a lot of hit bets there. So, hit DraftKings Sportsbook up. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. To DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Also, brought to you by Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. I hope you got your free beer tonight. The Avs did score 2 goals in the first period. To keep your receipt, go to breckbrew.com. When the Avs score 2, it's 2 for a brew. They will reimburse you for your first beer of the night. It's free beer. There's no ad read here. It's free beer. What's to lose? You get free beer.
wait, what is it?
It might be free beer.
Free beer. Wow, what a deal.
So I don't know what to tell you. Go get free beer from Breck Brew. Jump on it and get yourself some goodness. Second period of the DNVR.
Second period.
I know. We got at least 25 minutes left in this show. We're not even at the halfway point yet.
So AJ was tweeting about a long weekend of waiting for the trade deadline. I have so much on my schedule this weekend, and it's I've just been telling everyone, like, yeah, I can, but
I will show up. I may leave immediately.
It's like I don't know what my status is after I get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just going to be the most my screen time the last 3 days.
It's been outrageous.
Not good.
Yes. Bad for my eyes. I never opt for the blue light blockers.
I have 4 monitors at home, and like 2 of them
Ooh
are
la
dedicated
la.
to Twitter right
money bags
now.
over here. Damn.
I've got 4 monitors. Hey, now.
I'm neck deep in monitors
None
back home.
None of them are that good. I don't even. None of them are 4K. None of them are.
Ugh.
I'm saying.
Why even have them at that point? Yeah, Darren Helm, nasty goal.
Yeah, well, first of all, Av score on the power play. Kadri gets it.
Great tip.
It was a beautiful tip.
Expected emergency pod this
now,
weekend.
Blais, you say great tip. Do you like that play better than the bumper 1T? Because it is still using the bumper.
No, it's not using the bumper at all. How so?
I mean, Kadri's the player playing the bumper spot.
Yeah, but he's not in the bumper
I hear
spot.
what you're saying, but
He's basically replacing Landeskog down low right next to the net.
Sure.
Great tip.
It was beautiful.
It was.
I always
That's
love that
textbook. I mean, that's how you draw it up. Was that the first goal?
Yeah. I mean, there was the disallowed offside San Jose goal.
That's
but,
right.
Yeah. Then, yeah.
You know what's crazy is I was going to place that bet for Kadri, first goal.
Shoulda done it.
Out too.
Then you didn't.
You can either believe me or not, but
Coulda,
it's
shoulda,
the
woulda,
truth.
Blais.
I know.
Yeah, Darren Helm dunked on some people. I don't.
Great finish.
It was.
What a great move.
Yeah.
Great read. Everything about that play was awesome. Elite.
Yeah. It's plays like that are just great reminders of how fucking good these guys actually are. Like,
Yeah.
the worst guy on your screen is so nasty.
Oh, I mean, hands down.
Yeah, like, I mean.
When you think about all the people that play hockey
yeah.
and then how limited the NHL is for a team,
Yep.
and you see players that are unreal that can't crack an NHL roster.
Yeah, they like can't even sniff it. Yeah.
At any given time, there are 700 dudes in the NHL.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That even seems.
Well, you got
With 32
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And how many tens of millions of people in America alone play hockey? Like,
Yeah.
so it's hilarious when you hear people be like, he sucks.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's.
well, and
He
that's
sure does suck.
we say that, obviously we've been very negative about Curtis McDermott for a long time on this pod, but every time we bring it up, it's like that dude would torch
Yeah.
the lesser pro leagues, let
Yeah,
alone
yeah.
like
Yeah, he's not in the AHL for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, it's you see these guys, you give them the opportunity to just flex a little bit of that skill. If they have an extra half second. So that's a lot of the times the difference in those guys that make it versus the guys that don't is, can you play at that half second faster?
Yep.
And when
Yeah.
you give them that extra half second, Darren Helm makes plays like that. It's like, what? Whoa!
where's that been?
Yeah, just throws it back bar from like 4 feet out.
Yep.
And it was, the move beforehand, right? Like, beats the defenseman off of a great read, which
Yep.
is, that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then get it over to his forehand and just go top cheese with it. You like that? That's the lingo, right?
Yeah, according to that commercial.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite commercial.
So we're like fawning over Darren Helm right now. So what do you even say about our king of the game tonight?
Oh, dude.
Which is Darren Helm.
No, and like I don't know. Cale Makar is stupid. It's not fair.
Oh my! What a great! I mean, this is the funny thing about this was, I was telling Rudo,
Yeah.
he kind of looks like he has the yips tonight, yet he still does this. So
Yeah.
what am I talking about? Like, okay, you can have the yips all you want if that's what you're doing every night. Have the yips every night.
I told you in the first period, Blais, I looked over, I was like, is there a fucking hole in his stick or something? Like, pucks are just skipping away from him. But I mean, what's crazy about him is, I was just talking about Darren Helm and how players in that tier, if they get the extra half second to full second, they can make some nice plays. What's crazy about Cale Makar is his ability to turn nothing into a goal with one move.
He creates half seconds.
Seriously. And that's... That is something that I have, no joke, talked about with him. His ability to create his own time and space is maybe better than anyone else I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Where it's just the way that he kind of forces separation. And you've seen it now several times over the last couple years where he'll create that separation, he'll get guys scrambling, and that opens up lanes, not necessarily for him to be the shooter, but that Nuchushkin goal, he pulls everyone to his right, everyone's looking towards him, and that just opens up this seam right to the net. And it took Nuchushkin a couple whacks at it to get it to go.
He got it there, though.
But, like, he got it there and just, I actually think that the whole night he fought the puck a little bit more than he normally does. Didn't seem to slow him down much.
Maybe the most ridiculous part about it to me is Makar has a 3-point night, and you look across to the other bench, and there's a dude on their defense making $10.5 million.
Is that Brett Burns?
And a dude on their defense making $11.5 million.
I've heard some crazy things up here tonight.
But, and I think this is an interesting conversation, and I'm sure to channel the spirit of AJ a little bit, Brent Burns, once upon a time, was a very good offensive defenseman. He's always been bad defensively.
Yeah.
He's never been good defensively. Yeah. And Chat was talking about it earlier. Cale Makar straight up ran a dude over tonight. He's breaking up plays. He's taking care of his shit.
Dude, look, Cale Makar is a problem in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He has realized that he has, well, it's not like he has realized. He's known that he's had this man's game. And like what we were talking about earlier was that in college, he would just run people over.
Yep.
His second year there, he was a man playing against boys.
I mean, that poor kid in his draft footage, if you've ever watched it.
Oh,
dude,
that kid behind the net that just gets fucking
I thought it was right out
annihilated.
in front of the net. Well, there was one dude that he just destroyed with a reverse hit.
A guy,
and then killed that dude trying to break the puck out.
Scores, and it's
He's
like,
an
okay.
absolute problem this
Yeah.
year.
Well,
when that physical game starts, because the thing I like about his game too is he doesn't like it when people hit him.
Yeah.
He
He's
gets
got
mad.
a weird edge to him.
And he remembers them. And he doesn't do anything dirty, but he gets that guy back.
Yeah. Well, and he hits people in a way that, like, his posture, he does like this little loop to hit guys where it looks like he's not gonna hit him, and then suddenly he like takes his hard
got him
curl,
lined up.
Yeah, and he's halfway through their chest. And yeah, I don't think it's that he's like learning it, to your point, but like I think he is starting to understand where he is physically.
Yeah.
And again, that was something that I was really harsh of at the time. And again, shocker, Cale Makar knows more about hockey than me. But when he decided to stay the second year, but he said, I knew I wasn't physically ready. And I think he still has, over these last couple of years, still filling out, still becoming an NHL player. And to your point, Blais, like he's getting there now. He's actually getting close to being fully filled out. And he can skate, he can shoot, he can pass, he can defend, he can play physical, he can hit. I mean, I guess, sure, he doesn't move guys out of the front of the net like Brett Burns does, apparently. He says sarcastically. But, you know, I mean, like, he is getting to the point where he does a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, he really is changing the mold for what that type of defenseman is, where he's a 200-foot player. He's not, well, yeah, but he's much more valuable in his offensive end. He's passable in the D zone. Like, no, he's becoming problematic.
There's no take. There's no take here. The big take for the first half of the season was, Adam Fox plays on the penalty kill. Makar plays 2 minutes a night on the penalty kill since January.
Right.
Like, there's no take that he's not the best defenseman in the league. He's the best defenseman ever in Avalanche history. He has the most points in an Avalanche season as of game 63.
Yep.
He's got 19 games left this year, and he already has more points than any Avs defenseman has ever had in a season.
Yeah, and he's not far off from the franchise record.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is like when
how old is he?
Yeah, 23.
I think he's 23.
Yeah, 23, maybe 24.
Crazy.
Well, and then like the other thing too, you look at those names that he's passing and coming up on 80s, early 90s, 80s, when it's like that wasn't that far fetched for defensemen to be in that range. I mean, the fact that he has a higher career point total in a single season than Drew Doughty, than Shea Weber, than PK Subban.
It's ridiculous.
Right. It's pretty wild. Dang, bangers. Wow. And do you want to know what age I'm at? I put the decimal reader on the watch of the face of my watch, so I can. It's too loud in here. I can't be in here for too long.
Wow.
Jesse's going deaf over here.
I'm just it's not that I'm going deaf. I'm just like
he's a very sensitive person.
I go in
over
places.
here.
I'm like, I want to talk. I'm looking for the conversation. Can't hear my own thoughts.
65 decibels. We got to go somewhere else.
Out of control. I can't be in here.
So what is like the perfect range for decibels?
Well,
to have a conversation.
Based
0.
on this, it goes from a green check mark to a caution sign at 80.
Okay, so you don't even look at the number. You're just like, green check mark, we're good.
No, so it's got like a little like it bounces back and forth.
Sure.
I'll just glance at that real quick.
All right,
I'm good. Y'all here? You just worry about keeping it lit over there, all right?
We are brought to you by the American Raptors. You can go to Infinity Park at Glendale for a great time. You can go see a rugby game completely free with some of the most talented athletes out there. A lot of them come from other sports. They're trying to see how well they can play rugby. It's also the home of the men's and women's 15 teams. Literally the best rugby in the United States plays at Infinity Park. The arena itself is awesome. Go to infinitypark@glendale.com to get tickets to games. Again, they're completely free. You can also stream online, completely free. Follow Colton Strigler, the DNVR Rugby podcast. It'll break it all down for you, whether it's 101 pods or talking to the legends of the game. He's got everything covered for you when it comes to rugby in the U.S. So he's dope. Go follow DNVR Rugby. Get on that. And then, Party Bus! Woo, woo! Let's go! It's finally here for the Avs beat. April 16th, they're taking on Carolina here in Denver. You can get your tickets for the Party Bus where you come to the bar, you drink, you go to the game on a bus, you drink.
Dope.
You come, first of all, you have a banger time at the game with all the DNVR peeps.
Lower bowl,
section 120 if you want to know where the seats are.
Yep.
You come.
Jesse, you coming down for that one or are you going to be up high?
I don't know yet.
You're going to come down.
We'll all be laughing at your terrible seats if you're up in the...
Got to come down. You can watch it from there, too.
You come back on the bus to the bar, you drink, and everyone has a great time. It's that simple. It should be a great game, too, against Carolina. I think it's one everyone's looking forward to.
Against Carolina. Are you kidding me?
Right?
That's awesome.
Brought to you by Avaka TV, of course. We love them. But, yeah, Party Bus tickets on sale now at the DNVRlocker.com. Yeah,
ooh, D-Line's got some info for us.
It's literally a better deal than buying the ticket outright. You get the ticket, you get the bus ride, you get
dope
DNVR
seats.
vibes.
If you're going to go, then what's wrong?
Yeah, if you're going to the game, you might as well do it this way.
Come with us. It'll be fun.
It's literally cheaper and better in every way. So I don't know what to tell you.
Rudo's wearing jorts. That's what he told me.
I said no such thing. But if you guys...
Canadian tuxedo?
I mean, look, if you guys get $300 in super chats before the end of this podcast, I'll wear jorts to the game.
So cheap.
I know.
You are a basic bitch.
Look, they're at 0 right now, so they got a ways to go. All right.
Value yourself by
Oh, hold on. Let me look at my phone right here.
Blaise, all right. If Blaise doesn't, he has to give me $300. That's not going
It's
to
a
the
super chat from That's What She Said.
You did ask for $300 in super chats.
Fuck. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by
Third period,
DraftKings.
Jess.
We're almost there, bud. Stay awake. It's almost tomorrow. It's pretty close to midnight.
Oh,
6 minutes. Look, nothing seems to faze this team. The trade deadline rumors have been outrageous as of late.
I'm still bummed that Tomas Hertl is not an Avalanche.
Yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been
the dopest move that they could have done.
Yeah,
but the Avs come up, they show up, they play well. You know, there's guys at the bottom of this lineup going, I might not be here in a couple days, and it doesn't faze them at all. They just show up and they do what they have to do.
Conference looking over his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, there's got to be a couple of those guys, right? Especially, I also think they are much more aware of stuff that's going on,
probably,
obviously, than like the average. You know, they always say, "Wow, it was a total shock," but I feel like, especially this time of year, very rarely does like a player have no clue that it's coming.
Traditionally, a GM like Joe, who has always been very pro player, has probably said, "Hey, there's a chance you could end up in something at the deadline to these guys."
Well, and I also don't doubt for a second that this team in particular have a lot of conversations based on what Joe has told us between them and the coaching, management and the coaching staff, management and the leaders on the team. I'm like, hey, just so you guys know, these are the guys that are kind of in the mix. What do you guys think? And I'm sure that stuff gets out a little bit. So, yeah, you got a couple guys looking over your shoulder for sure.
What is the cutoff, just in general,
in terms
for
of
getting a ring for playing on a team? How many games do you have to play to get the ring?
40. It's 41 or 44, and you're eligible, but it's
regular season games.
Yeah,
the team can choose.
Yeah, and then it's one. Well, I think it's like 3 to 5 playoff games or one cup finals game.
Okay,
and you're eligible. Now there also is like.
But when you're traded away at the trade deadline, can you still get a ring?
Yeah.
And if you can still get a ring, would you want one? Both of you.
So,
no. I would want a ring.
You would take it?
Oh, yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Absolutely
You wouldn't take it. You would take
100%.
it. Okay, why?
Because you only get so many chances at one.
Fuck yeah, I agree with you. What are you going to say, Jesse? You're wrong.
Because you didn't actually win. You didn't actually win it.
I mean,
you're wrong.
So
you helped build the team.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess if you want a ring, sure, but like you don't get your name on the cup.
You can.
Well, you can, but like, I don't know why they would. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, in reality,
I can really see both sides.
Someone they would do it for is maybe like EJ.
I mean, I think if you got like in Tyson Joe's situation, I wouldn't want
you
a
wouldn't
ring.
do it. I would want one if I was Tyson Jost, but I don't think the Avs would give him one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
EJ.
I think EJ. They're not going to trade EJ for the record, but if there was some scenario,
let's correct that. They can't trade EJ
because
no one will take that contract.
No one wants it.
I mean, like if it was something where, you traded an Eric Johnson to Seattle,
then I think they would consider doing it.
You know what I mean? Like if you're trading
sure.
to like a bottom feeder, where like, sorry, you are the sacrificial lamb here. Then maybe you get that guy. But like you traded Tyson Jost to another playoff team.
I mean,
why would Tyson Jost want a ring
like,
if the Avs knock him out in the playoffs? Can I get a commemoration of something I didn't win?
But every team gets like 3 to 5 spots of names on the cup that they can, like, literally it could be anyone.
Yeah. And again, like, sure, but I don't know. Just like as a competitor, why would you want that? It's like, I didn't win that. So I never got to touch it. Why would I want my name on something I never got to touch?
I would do total minor league degen shit. If my team ever won, I'd be like, all right, we're selling your name on the cup to the highest bidder.
I actually can't believe the NHL hasn't done something like that yet. They fucking bronze tweets and put them in there. Yeah.
Player of the game. Rudo.
Ugly Hondas at that. But yeah, I don't know. I think there would be a circumstance where, as a player, I don't know, if I had won one legitimately before, and then I was on a team that got traded at the deadline, maybe. But if I never won a cup, I wouldn't want a ring.
I think it's the opposite. If you've won one, you don't give a shit. You don't want a second one's cool, but you didn't win it, so fuck it.
Well, no, but I mean, like,
if you have
Jesse, you could just have it on your coffee table, and people walk in, and you'd be like, You
what's
just
that?
don't even
Something I didn't earn?
Yeah, you didn't. Well, you just don't even talk about it. It's just there, and then if they ask you, just be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, just get insanely angry. Flip the coffee table. Yeah.
What, this thing? And then throw it in the trash can.
And go get it immediately. No, yeah, I don't know. I probably not. Pass.
We've seen, just to get into a couple negatives in this game. First of all, Mikko Rantanen, shoot the puck into a fucking empty net. Please.
That puck was bad. I thought you were overly hard on him on that one, I'll be honest.
No shot, bro.
That puck got away from him. It wasn't a clean.
He could have shot that thing anywhere through the neutral zone, and he was like, nah,
I don't think so.
I'll just skate into the
Rudo's
zone
like
and pull up.
Mikko.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Are you fucking serious?
Rudo just can't stand Mikko Rantanen.
All night long. Right, Jesse? We got to listen to this stuff.
Unbelievable.
So soft. Terrible.
Unbelievable
player.
right now.
All of this Rudo on
Anyway,
Mikko.
that's a minor gripe.
I mean,
Can I get a quote graphic for that, by the way? Rudo hates Mikko.
Quote Jesse Montano.
source?
Yeah.
One thing maybe a touch more concerning, the Avs did take 5 penalties tonight.
Yeah.
That's too many. It's too many.
Yeah, bad Josh Manson penalty, too, which is the one thing that you were worried about. Again, I'm not, gonna freak out over it yet,
it's one.
Pretty egregious. Egregious hook hold trip. Whatever you want to call it.
Even our boy Eddie is like, yeah, that's a penalty. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. But and you kill them all. Who gives a shit?
Nah. True enough.
Good practice.
Yeah. You'll need it later. Who gives a shit tonight?
So that's it. Avs win. No real major negative gripes. Obviously, you want to clean up the third, but it was 4-0. So go be twin free, I guess, as Blink-182 says.
Go be twin free?
Yep.
What?
That's what he says.
In this song?
Yes.
Guys, it's Saturday.
It is Saturday. I'm going to, the thing is, Jesse and I are going to wake up at 3 a.m. and be like, is Giroux traded? And then we're going to wake up at 6 and be like, is Giroux traded?
I've got multiple alarms set the last couple days that are just, check your phone alarms.
You think? You really think that's going to happen? If this trade happens, it's going to happen on Monday.
I think they'll do it. I think it's going to go down tomorrow or Sunday morning. I don't think they want to go through another game with him kind of lingering.
I agree. Cool. I'll take that bet. It's going to happen Monday.
All right.
And it's going to go Florida Panthers, and then the Avs are going to move quick.
If you have a gun to my head, I would say he goes to Florida too. But
and then Avs look at Montreal for a certain player up there.
Max Domi or Arturi Lehkonen?
Max Domi plays for
Columbus. Oh, he plays for Columbus now. Shit.
Yeah.
I always forget that he's in Columbus now.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. I don't know. I hope something crazy happens with the Avs, not with the Avs. I want to see something out of left field.
I agree. It's been a while since there's been some fun trade deadline stuff.
Yeah. I think it was since that day with the Shea Weber, PK Subban, Steven Stamkos, Taylor Hall,
Well, two of those moves were like, I'm staying.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had. Are they progressively turning this up?
This is getting oddly loud. It's
supposed to be Darren's theme song.
Coming out the bathroom in the cave.
That is. That's Darren screaming down there.
But yeah, I want to see something like that. But I do think part of the reason why I'm checking my phone so much in the middle of the fucking night is, one, we saw a trade like that happen
it happens
recently
all the time.
And
man.
two, you're talking about an East Coast team.
Yeah.
And so,
he's up at 6 a.m. East Coast time working. Yeah.
Right, that's the type of shit that it goes down at 5 a.m. Mountain time, and it's really not that obscure.
Yeah.
7 a.m. East Coast.
I'll be up at 6:15, so I will not be able to get to the graphic till after.
Okay.
It's all right.
Well,
when it happens on Monday.
Apparently, just have fucking Lindsay text you. Lunatic says she gets up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Crazy.
Makes your kids get up at 5 a.m.
Nope, couldn't do it.
So I take myself down to the courthouse. Like, I'd like to bounce out of this.
Just ground me. I'll stay in my room. It's fine.
Take the bounce out of this.
Yeah, deface some public property, play with matches, something like that. I don't know. Whatever gets me the fuck out of this.
We're getting played off here by the bar song, so we're going to wrap this thing up. Go home and try and sleep a little bit. We appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. Always fun to vibe with you guys. We will be back on whenever the Avs make a trade. At the latest Monday, we'll be live all day Monday.
You gonna come hang out Monday, Blais?
Yeah, I mean, I will anyways. It's like Christmas morning.
It's literally, we're just gonna watch
I just put
Trade
it on,
Center and vibe.
I put it on my monitor, and I just sit there and go, show me something, and then I listen to just people talk, try to fill the time.
Yeah, it's trade deadline and free agency. Don't do this at home, kids, but I used to ditch school every year to stay home and watch that shit.
Wow.
All right, chat.
Dedication.
We appreciate all of y'all.
The opposite, actually.
We
Go
will
to the right things.
We will talk to you on the next one. Don't skip school.